What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. The other day, Sha'Carri Richardson decided to post on Twitter. Now, this was on August 19th, 2021, and Sha'Carri Richardson made a mistake, okay? She tested positive for marijuana use and that she missed the Olympics, which most likely she would have lost anyway because, you know, one of the girls from Jamaica ran like the second fastest time ever. So it was probably clear that she wasn't going to win. But nonetheless, she has a big fan base, internationally known, and it would have been good to see her compete, okay? And obviously a lot of people criticized her. Now, some people were petty and criticized her based off of, you know, like maybe what she looked like and her image and things like that. I did my best to stay away from that because that wasn't the issue. And I think that in our discussions about Black community dysfunction, as much as we want to roast and talk trash about each other, we should stick to the topic. And the topic of the day was not what she looked like. It wasn't the fact that she was weaving and sandling up, okay? Most people that I heard that dealt with her on an accountability situation, okay? Sha'Carri Richardson, however, doesn't want to deal like that. So what she wants to do with or deal with is the fact that she wants to play the role, right? And she says this: dating music, I wish the people that talk mess about me was cute at least. Smiley face. Now I want to stop right there, Demon. Okay, now there are people who are going to troll. You're a celebrity. I'm a YouTuber. When I make my commentary, people don't like it. I get trolled. You did something that lost a lot of people respect. You let the country down. You let the African-American community down. So everybody's not going to be fair and balanced and talk bad and talk nice to you. Okay? You're going to get some hatred for blowing our country's chance in the 100-meter dash or whatever, whatever part we're supposed to play in. You messed up. So of course you're going to get these comments. It wouldn't matter if you were a man. It wouldn't matter if you're a woman. People are going to say these things, okay? But then Tommy Sotomayor showed up on the tweet, and he says this: "Day music," says the girl who needs weave, eyelashes, and makeup to not look like Rajon Rando. Can I get a da 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 sound effect? Tommy Sotomayor also said this: "Day music, this girl is proof why Black men that get money date outside their race. She won't shut up." Okay, let me deal with those comments there. All right. Now, Sha'Carri Richardson definitely is weaving, eyelashing, and makeup. And still, I mean, if we want to talk about looks, I don't think she's an unattractive lady, but you know, the tattoo thing and there's a lot of enhancements that she does, and she still looks peculiar. Let me say that, okay? And Tommy's comment about this, about the fact that why Black men date outside their race because she won't shut up. I mean, I want to take this. Women of all races, and I don't think that Black women are just any less accountable for what they do. Women in general tend to have this issue more so than men. I hate to see as a guy men that are blaming others for what their issues are. I just can't deal with that. It's hard for me. I used to be that kind of person, and I'm not anymore. But I will say, this whole thing about I wish the people that talk mess about me was cute at least. Boom, we wouldn't be talking about you if you didn't mess up in the first place. That's the situation. See, you don't get to mess up and say I'm sorry and people stop talking about you. So now we want to change it up to looks. So when Tommy comes in and says, you need weave, you need eyelashes, you need makeup to not look like Rajon Rondo, that's something that I wouldn't publicly say about somebody unless they pissed me off. I definitely wouldn't be on her Twitter trolling her. But I mean, I think it's a fair point to say that women want to, some of them, avoid what's going on in issues that they help cause, try to deflect, call somebody ugly when they're not so good looking themselves. I think that we can agree that Sha'Carri Richardson isn't a beauty queen, okay? And now, because you made a mistake and people are calling you on your bullshit, then somebody else has to be good looking to be able to talk about you now. Let's go back to why we have problems in Black America. The issue has to be with Sha'Carri Richardson as a young woman. Listen, you did so-and-so. You need to own it. You're gonna get people that are gonna lash out at you. You're gonna say sorry. People are still going to lash out at you. Like, let's look at the fresh and fit situation that we have right now. I spent a good amount of time talking to Myron. I wasn't going to make that public. He wanted me to make it public. I would drop a specific video on that. I will tell you what I told him. You made a mistake. It doesn't matter what anybody else did. You have to own these mistakes. Period. That video is coming tomorrow, but period. Okay? If you didn't make that mistake, we wouldn't be here. It doesn't matter what other people are saying or what other people are saying. At the end of the day, if you didn't do what you did, we wouldn't have this issue. And that's what I want to say to people in the Black community. Okay? Why is it when you have a problem that all of a sudden now it's, oh, well, I wish the people that talked about me looked good. Well, I wish that you wouldn't be smoking weed. How about that? How about that we leave looks completely out of it? I'm not even going to get into the whole thing about the black men dating other women because they won't shut up. I mean, that's irrelevant. I think, you can find that. I mean, I think there's a reason why black men date, and that's not the real big issue. But, the reality is this. We wouldn't be here talking about you if you did what you're supposed to do. Okay? My grandfather, my father, one thing they taught me and I had a godfather, his name was Albert Willis. Be where you're supposed to be at. Do what you're supposed to do. So something happens in my life, oh man, it'll work out. Did you do what you're supposed to do? No. Okay, then you need to go back and do what you're supposed to do. And see, women have to have that accountability just like men. It's just not men that have to do that. Women have to do it too. And that's Sha'Carri's problem. She feels like, oh well, I said I'm sorry, I'm a woman. I don't get to be held accountable for the fact that I let down a country, or I let down the African American community, or I let down people who support me. Do what you're supposed to do. Nobody wants to hear the fact that, oh, well, my mom is not feeling, my mom died, and so I started smoking weed. Be where you're supposed to be at. If that's the case, then you wouldn't be getting trolled, and you wouldn't have, Tommy Sotomayor in your comment section on Twitter saying you like Rajon Rando. Or you wouldn't have folks making YouTube videos about you. Or people arguing on your behalf or against you. If you did what you're supposed to do, we would all be okay. But you didn't do it. That's why you're trying to change the argument. Why didn't you do what you're supposed to do? That's the point. And just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you don't have to be accountable. Yes, you do. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first comment to the top. Check out the Black Men Perfect t-shirts. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.